Thank you, Ghost of Al Capone. Well, we're out of time, so thank you very much, everyone. John Cosgrove Jr. is our next presenter tonight. We wanted to book his dad, but we couldn't get anybody from the shopper to take pictures tonight. Don't worry, we'll paint some red wine lips on him. You won't know the difference, I promise. So, ladies and gentlemen, the other Cosgrove that won't remember this roast tomorrow, John Cosgrove Jr.
Let's hear it for Tony. That was great, Tony. Thanks. Let's hear it for Brent. Brent was awesome. I don't know how I'm going to follow that. That was really fucking good. He stole all the jokes, and now I have nothing to say. So. No, I enjoyed that. I got to read some things here. You guys actually fucked me up because I was going to rip on everyone's bit and not everyone up here because that's not original. But let's talk about the Cena brothers. Look at these guys. Let's hear it for the Cena brothers. I've never seen four brothers that look nothing alike. But they have the same ratty looking fucking hair. I don't think I've ever been in a rapist's basement before, but this is probably pretty fucking close. Frank, don't you live here? Frank's lived in so many places he thought living with Jesse Quinones was a good idea. What's the difference between Frank and Q's neglected dog?
What's that?
Q let the dog sleep inside. This is where I was gonna talk about everyone's bit, but you guys fucked me up, so let's get back to the man of the night, the man with resting fat face, Frank. Frank, look at those teeth. Do you have to have people sign a waiver before you go down on them? And God, that laugh, is that actually your laugh, or is that shifting your weight on your sore asshole? I used to bust Frank's balls by looking like the Boston Bomber. The only difference between Frank and the Boston Bomber is the Boston Bomber doesn't enjoy getting banged in the ass in jail. Don't worry, Frank, I wouldn't bang you with Caitlyn Jenner's dong. Speaking of dongs, has anyone ever watched Frank eat? It's like watching a horrible, raunchy gay porn. I've never seen a grown man put a full chicken wing in his mouth and just twist and jerk. Frank, when you eat a sandwich, you just spread the bread and tongue it? The only thing worse than Frank's eating is his breath, but I won't go there. For those of you that don't know, Frank had a battle with gout, which is for fat and rich old people. Frank is not rich. Can you imagine how fat Frank would be if he had a car? I used to tell Frank I was at one place, but be somewhere completely different because I got a kick out of the thought of him walking around everywhere. Okay, now I'm reaching, so how about a story? A couple of years ago, we were in Atlantic City on one of Joe Brand's epic weekends. Frank disappeared for a good 12 hours, and I didn't think anything of it until I noticed a pair of my jeans were missing. And this is how I returned my jeans. All that. Now we all know why. Frank is always trying to copy my Irish goodbye skills. The problem is, no one ever noticed when he leaves. Alright, I'm reaching for jokes, but Frank, seriously, you restored my phone as an annoying asshole, and I called you a fag so many times you actually became one. Streeter by, you're a great friend with a great heart. Cheers to you. Happy birthday, buddy.
Come on.
Thank you, John. If anybody needs a transcript of John's jokes, they'll be available tomorrow on paper. That's all right. We're going to go right along. How's everybody doing? Everybody okay? Yeah. Great. I'm so happy. In the 1980s, the government of Liberia conducted an experiment to to see if they could get spider monkeys to put out fires. Their best test subject escaped, emigrated to the United States, and is joining us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Mangan.
You guys want to do the 50-50 now or later? I know some people are leaving.
That's true.
Thank you. Let me get this down to my height. Or where Frank's sitting. So I want to first thank all of Frank's brothers for making it out tonight. When their powers unite, they form the international state of irritating Cenas, also known as ISIS. Tony, I especially want to thank you for accepting the duties of the roast master. We all know how much time you've taken out of the day for your busy schedule, usually watching your reruns of your episode on Jeopardy. But seriously, you look great, man. Nah, I'm just kidding. I've seen less bloated men dragged out of the Hudson River. I'll try it again. Now, before I continue, Tony, do you think you could sign this for me?
How'd you get his license?
Been a huge fan all my life. Thank you very much. Wow, look at this pathetic, ugly lineup. I can't tell if this is a dance or a line to suck Frank's cock. The Prince of Fairlawn is here. If anyone knows a spare liver, Kaz might be needing a referral soon. Kaz's skin is like a baby's bottom, covered in a diaper rash. No, but seriously, take off your mask, it's not Halloween. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the great Joe Brand is here. I've always told Joe Brand how special he was, but I never told him that I meant that in an Olympic way. The last time Joe Brand felt depressed, it was at the bottom of a KFC bucket. Brand, I see you lost some weight. Did you go on the Atlantic City, fuck. This is what's fucking up. Brand, I see you lost some weight. Did you go on the I ran out of comp rooms in Atlantic City diet?
There you go.
Brent Pullman has graced us with his presence. Brent recently had a child, so I'd like to congratulate him and his wife for his son Grayson. Let's all hope Grayson takes on zero of Brent or Brad's personality traits. Well, let's face it, we're all fucked. Adam Schneider is here, which is super awkward because I haven't seen you since high school. And the fact that I thought he died 10 years ago. Tom and Andy Cena have graced us with their presence. I thought of you both the other day while I was shitting and vomiting. These two guys are the least ugly of the Cena clan, and I mean that sincerely. You both are at least a hard 2.5. And I mean that in looks and cock size, most likely.
It's like a mini Coke. It's not too thin.
Finally, to our good friend, the man we all came here to see. No, not you, Brad. Sit the fuck down. Fatone, not to be confused with Fat Tone or the Fat One. Frank, I'd ask you for a cigar tonight, but I don't know where you hid them. What can I say about Frank that hasn't already been said behind his back? Honestly, I wasn't born with enough middle fingers to let you know how I feel about you. Frank, I do love your outfit tonight, by the way. Did the Salvation that just recently have their summer collection? This guy's breath smells so bad. I make it a game to throw mini Altoids in his mouth while he talks. Frank's been gaining some weight recently, and when he went to the doctor, they told him his blood type had changed from O negative to Ragu positive. To counter this, Frank has been packing a lunch to work consisting of high fibrous foods such as Chef Boyardee, chateaus, and orange soda. I think it's organic. It's really been paying off, buddy. I will say this about Frank. Can you grab me my phone up there? Yep. I will say this about Frank. He leaves some of the most interesting voicemails I've ever received from any of my friends. Mostly because I actually pick up the phone when my real friends call. Shut it down. Like, give me 1 second. Let's do the 50-50. I have to find it. Yeah, I know. I wasn't prepared.
Everybody's coming with props tonight.
Alright, I'm gonna skip that one. Maybe we'll play it later because I can't find it on my phone. Frank, in all seriousness, I must admit you really have started to grow on me kind of like a tumor. Frank, the guys may not say it, but every man wants to be like you, and well, you may not say it, but you want to be an every man. So I want to congratulate you on your big 30th. It's an honor to be part of this special night. You're a great friend, a scholar, and a gentleman. May you never show your flamboyant side to me. Never touch my knee when you're telling a joke. And stop trying to lean to kiss me when I drive you home at night. You're really not my type. That's all I got.